Right, now the rain has stopped. It's been raining for weeks on weeks and end. Weather's been absolutely atrocious, but we're out today. We're back out on the monastery field, which is going to become the building site, because they're going to have about 200 homes, I believe, going on here. But today, you can probably hear the motorway at the very end there. We will be down there at some point, so I do apologise for the noise we will get when we get down there. But we're at the far top today, and we're going to be working our way down that end. Last time we was over the far side with the AT Max. Today we're over this side with the Garrett Ace Apex. We're using the Double D Raider Coil, the Blackada Gladius Spade. I'll give you a rundown on the settings we'll be using today. We're going to keep close to the 18th century road, work our way at the bottom, see what we can't find. Let's hunt for that history, and I'll see you at the first. First signal, really low tones this. Sounds slightly like a bit of iron ore. Just in front of the coil there, lovely and dirty, the Double D Raider Coil, as you can see. We was out of it the other day on another building site, and I'll show you a find that we had the other day off of there. But that's in the 40s, as you can see. Sounds a bit iron ore-y. Let's find out what it is. Right, now I thought it was going to be a bit of iron ore there, but there's so many tiny little bits of iron about. You can see there, mud's really sticky again today. Oh, there it is, just a button, single hole button. You see the shank there on the back. Not too good wearing gloves when handling the small items, especially when I can't feel my fingers too well. But there you have it, tiny little button, first hole. Let's carry on, see what we're going to find. Well, we'll stop for a minute. As I say, we're working our way down. I just wanted to show you this. Now we do find a lot of this. It seems to be like a lead patterned, and it's got glass in the middle of it. So I'm not sure if it's out of some sort of window or something like that, maybe. As I say, they did say there was a monastery on over the far back, but that's what it is. It's like glass. It's got, as you can see, the lead bit there, glass either side, and lead right around the outside of it. I'll tell you what. Cool little finds they are though. Give up really nice high 50 tones. There you have it. See if we can't clean it up any better, but I don't think I'm going to. If we can, we'll stick still up. If not, we're going to carry on. Yeah, I think there's going to be another piece of this. 53, 54 again. Patterns on this one though. Yeah. As I say, there's the patterns there. And there's a glass that comes out of the back there. Cool little find. Hey, finding loads and loads of it, especially over this side. Give you a quick rundown on the settings we're using today. As you can see, we're in custom mode. We've notched off the first three. Sensitivity 2 from top. Volume 8. I always have the iron volume on 0. Low frequency mode, channel 5. If you get a bit of interference, change channel. And I'm ground balancing every half an hour. And that is how I'm running it. And the reason I'm running it in custom mode like that is because I always use it like this on the Apex. So when I go out, I could just stick it straight back into custom mode and bang, away I go. But if you do change your coil, always make sure you do a factory reset. To do a factory reset, hold the power button down until you hear 2 beeps. Once you hear the 2 beeps, it automatically go back into coin mode, and then you'll reset back to the beginning again. But tell you what, we ain't doing too bad so far. I've had a few little bits of cans and bits of that glassy stuff, but hey, not too bad. Really noisy down the bottom. We're heading that way, down towards the motorway, where it's going to be nice and loud. Let's carry on, see what else we can't find. Right, as I say, I'm trying to get as many numbers as I can in for you, IDs, but where we're over this side, it's a lot of sort of junk. And I think what's happened is, over the time, people have dumped rubbish close to the edge here. It's been torn through. It's really sketchy tone. As you can see there, just, yeah, 30s, 40s, jumping all over the place, that is. We're going to dig it out though. It's going to be right there. Alright, so as you see there, that was in the high 60s. And there you have it. I think it's just a little button. Mud is so wet where it's been raining so much. You can hear the water still being sucked into the ground. But there you have it. I think that's just a little button. See some patterns on it. See a little hole there just in the middle. But it does look like a little button to me. But we'll give it a clean up when we get back. Who knows? Could be a little coin. It's really, really small though, so I'm not thinking it's going to be a coin. I'm thinking it's definitely going to be some sort of button. Who knows? We'll give it a clean up, put a few stills up. We're going to carry on. Look how tiny this little thing is. And probably about half a pinpointer in depth. Multi-frequency mode, pick that up, solid 54. Alright, this one was a bit more of a jumpy one, but we've got another tiny little pellet here. Not like the other one. This one was more of a jumpy one. I think what it is, where the other one's more of a round, it was fully round, the apex was picking it up as a solid number there, and this tiny little one was jumping all over the place. 40s, 50s, back into the 60s. Another little pellet. I'll tell you what, this end seems to be buttons and bullets. Buttons and bullets. Another button there. Tell on the buttons, you've got a little pattern there in there. I don't mind finding them. Cool little finds, the old buttons. I have got the old gloves, but I can't feel the old 3 fingers there. So I keep dropping them when I'm wearing the gloves, but that definitely does look like the back end of a bullet. Hey, let's carry on. Why is it, as we come to the bottom of the field, all the good signals down this end always has to be the same end as the motorway? Last time it was over the other side, then it was in the middle down the bottom there. Today we're halfway up and it's still as loud as what it was the other time. High 55s into the 60s and then jump slightly into the 70s there. Ground's so wet though, but if you walk around the tone, there you go, you can pick it up a bit more solidly there. Still jumping slightly. Let's find out what that is. Alright, this is going to be our last signal before we sit down for a little bit. It is quite hard work in the old clay. You see there, jumping slightly, 50s, 60s and 70s. It's just like a little end of a nut or screw part there. See the thread. And that's all that is. But tell you what, we ain't doing too bad. Now I'm going to show you a little find we had the other day when we was on another building site. Tell you what, first tone, first target. We didn't have many more finds off of there, but we are going to be definitely going back to this place because, as you guys know in a few of my other videos, where this soil's come from has been from an archaeological dig site. So we had some Romans off the site before, and all the mud that's being put over there now is being removed. And I'll tell you what, we're still finding some stunning little finds. So we're going to stop for 5, check out the find we had the other day, and we will catch you after lunch. Right, so I've just come over. First target with the apex, very muddy. First target was 54-55, and I have what I think is a tiny little Roman. That is definitely a tiny little Roman. Yeah, you can see 2 people either side, and you've got the little kind of staff bit there. Let's turn it over, see if there's anything on the other side. Oh yeah, you can see a face there. There you go. Oh yes, get in. But as I say, all this mud has come from what I call where the archaeologists have been. So there you have it. Boom shakalaka, tiny little Roman. Get in. Hey. 550s. Now this, if you just get a right good shot on it there, I think that could be part of a cat badge. I've had a few cat badges off this field. Could be totally wrong. I'm thinking that is going to be a cat badge, a military cat badge, or part of one. Ground is absolutely saturated. Traffic is running really, really loud. Seems to run really, really loud no matter where I go. Or it might just be me, but if you do hear it on the video, I do apologise, but that's what there you have it. Lovely 60 tone. Tiny, tiny little bit of a military belt, military cat badge. We're going to be trying the tiny ripper coil the next time we come out, because it's quite trashy down this bottom part. So having a smaller coil is going to help a lot. But that's all that is. High 60 tone. What I think is part of a cat badge. Another sketchy one, this one. Just in there. Sketchy, 43, 44. Pretty deep. And you see a really clayey. Give that a little wipe. There you have it, 4-hole button. I'll tell you what, I've got to give a shout out to my farmer Chris, because without everything he does for me, helping me find land, giving me land to go metal detecting on, to do me videos and hunt for history, without him, then making these videos wouldn't be possible. So I owe him I owe him a lot. So a massive shout out to you, Chris. You've been an absolute legend to me, and as I say, without you, me and Tezza wouldn't be able to get out metal detect on land. But that's going to be a nice little button, that. So yeah, big thank you to Chris. Not going to say his last name, he knows who he is. He's an absolute legend. 4-hole button. We've come up to the top, a little bit windier, less noise from the traffic, but you're probably going to get a lot of wind noise now, so we can't win either way. Last tone, 4-hole button. So there's the old house. That goes back further than the 18th century. As I say, at the back there where all new buildings are, it was meant to have been some kind of monastery. But now, as I say, this is not really going to be the monastery field, it's going to be the building site. We're going to have all houses on here. But that house goes back. That's the first house here on the map. If I can get a picture of the map to come up, I'll get it to come up now. And you'll be able to see the layout of what it was like back in the 18th century. And as you can see, the back of the building there's some sort of older building, what they think is the monastery. Now, we've had quite a few bits of this. Now, I'm not sure what they were used for, but it's a bit of lead and it's been moulded into like a kind of triangle kind of thing, maybe kind of stopper or something. But I found about 5 or 6 of these. No idea what they are. Bit of lead, really high 50 tone there. Yeah, right, let's carry on. This one was another solid 50. I was thinking there's going to be another bit of that lead. Like sort of bracket shaped L kind of shaped lead things that I keep finding. This is kind of like a, not sure what that is. It's lead, but off of what? I was thinking the button at first with just the back on it, but it's got some sort of hole thing at the top there, goes all the way through it, and the back part might be off some kid's toy, who knows. Right, let's carry on. So most of the targets today have been around about the 50 mark. We've had a few that have been in the high 60s, in the 70s like that. Just in front of the car, just on the edge there. As you see there, it's jumping slightly. But if you just walk around the tone, solid 77, 78, slightly into the 80s. Our very first coin of the day. Check that out. One absolute stunner, not bad. Nice little find. Absolutely stunning. Right, let's carry on and I'll see you at the next. Another 54 jumper. Jumping all over the place. 43, 44. That was really deep though, that was. It's probably over at pinpointing in depth. Musket ball. Don't mind finding the old muskets. I keep most of them. A few of them that are all bent and that I melt down. But otherwise I do like to keep most of them. And there you have it. Usually solid 54, 55 is the old musket bolt. But as I say, it was pretty deep, so it was giving off different tones. Now, if you're metal detecting, something that you always must remember, and most metal detectorists will tell you this no matter what metal detector you use. Now, sometimes the deeper the item, or depending on how the item sits, it can be what kind of numbers pop up. So if a coin is sitting flat, and usually on your metal detector it comes up at a 34, 35, or in this case in the apex it'll come up in the 60 range to a 70s. Now if it's laying at a slight angle, it could give you a 44, 45 or 46, and it could be a kind of a scratchier tone. So sometimes it's always good to check them target tones that you are not sure of, dig them, and as I say, you just never know. And there you have it. Last tone is a musket. So we're right up close on the house now, and just right along, just at the back into this field is a public footpath. Runs way down, and you climb over the fence to the other side. Had this one was a solid 63, 64, sounded almost like a can, and I think that's either a drawer fitting or horse brass that goes on a horse, or it's part of some sort of brooch. One of them 3 possible things. So if anyone in the anybody in the chat knows, let me know below, because I have no idea on that. I found a few bits like this before, and I'm thinking maybe that is part of a horse brass or something, or part of a drawer. It's really thin though to be part of a drawer, so yeah, maybe a horse brass, who knows. Right, so we've hunted round here for a little bit, just having a little look. Had a few other little bits. It's mainly been buttons and bullets today, but this is going to be our last target of the day. This was quite high, 53, 54, really deep. No idea. Got no idea what that could be. Could be one of those things that hide a key lock. Who knows? Give it a little clean up. If there's anything on it, we'll stick a steel up on the side. But otherwise, that's going to be our last target of the day. We haven't really done too bad. We're going to come back tomorrow though, and we're going to work this top bit from up there and around here and over the far side. And we're going to give it another go up there. But it's my last target of the day. Not going to moan. Absolutely stunning. Get in. Right, so that brings that hunt to a close. As I say, tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to go up there near the house. We're going to use the smaller ripper coil because it's quite a trasher up there, and I think the ripper coil will do really well. Garrett Apex has done really well today. We've had some nice little finds. I do like finding the buttons and the bits like that. We've had some lead and 1 or 2 coins, but apart from that, that's been about it. But that's it with metal detecting. You just never know. But I just found, well, I'll show you in a minute at the end of this video, and I'll show you what goes on when people see you metal detecting on land that your farmers give you permission on in a minute, when I go over and show you what's going on. Right, till my next adventure, this is Digger's Den Tezza, and I will catch you at the next.